Welcome to Deuteronomy chapter 5. This is the moment Moses reestablishes the famous Ten Commandments for a brand new generation. It serves as a brilliant masterclass on owning your core values, enforcing boundaries, and finding the discipline to stay on the path. Moses gathers the people and declares that God did not make this covenant just with their ancestors, but with all of us who are alive today. Core values cannot merely be a historical plaque on the wall left by the founders. For an operating system to survive, the principles must be actively claimed and completely owned by the current generation.
He reminds them that he stood as an intermediary because they were terrified of the fire. A primary duty of executive leadership is mediation. A leader must stand in the gap, absorbing the intense, raw heat of high-level pressures and translating them into safe, manageable directives for the frontline team. The Ten Commandments kick off with an absolute demand for exclusivity. They must have no other gods and make no idols. Divided loyalties completely destroy organizational momentum. To achieve massive success, a team must commit to absolute exclusivity, refusing to let shiny distractions steal focus from the primary mission.
Next, God commands a strict Sabbath rest for everyone, specifically reminding them that they were once overworked slaves in Egypt. Mandatory rest is the only structural safeguard against burnout. If you do not enforce strict boundaries around downtime, your organization will inevitably revert to a toxic, slave-like culture of endless output. The commandments then outline strict social boundaries. Do not murder, steal, lie, or covet. Sustainable growth relies entirely on internal trust. Establishing strict, non-negotiable ethical boundaries ensures that team members respect each other's assets and reputations, preventing the organization from cannibalizing itself.
After hearing the voice from the fire, the tribal leaders approach Moses in terror. They ask him to listen on their behalf, fearing the fire will consume them. Raw, unfiltered exposure to the ultimate stakes of a mission can easily paralyze a frontline team. They need the assurance of a steady leader who can process that massive weight for them. God hears their request and fully agrees, wishing they would always have this kind of reverent heart. A healthy, deeply rooted reverence for the gravity of the mission is actually the ideal mindset. It prevents reckless arrogance and ensures the team executes their duties with careful, deliberate precision. Moses delivers the final charge. They must obey every detail and stay exactly on the path the Lord commanded. Long-term success rarely comes from constant, chaotic innovation. True longevity is born from the relentless, boring discipline to simply stay on the proven, established path without deviating. Deuteronomy 5 is a profound reminder that freedom requires a framework. This leaves us with two important questions to chew on today. First, do you enforce mandatory Sabbath rest to protect your team from returning to a culture of endless slavery? And second, do you have the discipline to stay exactly on the proven path, or are you constantly getting distracted by shiny new ideas? Take a moment, breathe, and let them sink in.